Oh! Greetings, Wanderer. This is Atlas here, and welcome to the Void. Today I'm going to be breaking down a song called Underworld from the Destiny 2 The Witch Queen original soundtrack. This is one of the coffee personal requests that I had scheduled for this month, and this one comes from Burnt Sparrow. So thank you very much, Burnt Sparrow, for your request and of course your incredible support. So I'm really looking forward to it. Onward. And boom. Okay, we are opening with a very eerie string section. Oh, I thought. Does it have distortion? Yeah, it does. That's nasty. It sounds like it has saturation, but it's kind of bit crushed at the same time. Maybe it has two layers. One saturated layer and another bit crushed. Oh! That's a metal riff. The low end is so nasty. There it is, the resolution of it. I think there we have it. Yeah, there we have it. So let's break it down. Okay, so one of the things that I have to say about the song is that at the beginning I was kind of fooled by it, because I thought, because there was some sort of soundscaping in the song, it started very tame, you know. I thought this was going to be more of an atmospheric sort of track, which you could argue to a certain degree that it is, but it's not like a 100% atmospheric track. It goes beyond that when it starts adding layers of instruments and whatnot. Very much specifically the bass, you know, the bass sounds super gnarly and nasty in this song. And I do believe, for the most part, it's probably reading. This song is written in a minor key because it sounds super dark, you know. If I had to make a guess, it's in D minor, but you know, all theory crafters out there can confirm that or not. But the important thing here is to mention is the minor thing, right? Because that's what makes well, of course, the arrangement in the song obviously makes it more dark and whatnot. But just the fact that it's a minor key, it dwells in the dark realm of music. You know, everything that is written in a minor key, or is in minor in nature, it's going to sound sad or gloomy or dark, you know, or evil. It depends on what you want to achieve, of course. But on top of that, you have that there's a lot of synthetic elements in the song, right? Which honestly makes the case. It makes sense. Apologies, because you know, Destiny 2 is a science fiction video game after all. So I'm pretty sure that those synthetic elements are trying to set you in the world of that high-tech, bleeding-edge tech sort of realm, and you have the minor element to spice it up and have that darker tone. I think the requester said that this song plays in one of the bosses of the main campaign of the game, so it makes sense. You know, you have a formidable enemy. You know, it has to the music has to be foreboding in a sense. You know, it's trying to communicate like the enemy's sort of, you know, gloomy or evil in nature, and obviously the song achieves that based on what I said already. Now, there's something in the song that pertains much towards the production of the song, not so much to the writing of the song, which is the layers. I think this song has multiple bass layers. Maybe it has one that is not processed or mildly processed at all. Then it has another one that is bit crushed, and because there's this distortion, almost noisy effect that you hear in the bass, and or the low end of the track, which, you know, to me, it sounds like it went through a bit crush process. Now, basically, to me, bit crushing a sample, you know, a sample or a sound, or a sound, yeah, in general, these synthetic elements are just information, data. This is digital. This is in digital form. So if you bit crush it, you know, with a certain amount of sound design, you're basically the bit crushing basically takes beats and pieces of information from that sample, you know, bits of data, bits of information out of the sample, so it detracts from what it sounds originally. But now, since that new sample that is bit crushed has missing pieces of information, then it makes it sound like it's in a lower quality, you know, quote unquote. That's why you could, you know, make a parallelism here in some sense. When you get a JPEG, right? Let's say you have a wallpaper and you take the image and you magnify it, you know, or not magnify it, but you resize it to a bigger picture, you know. What you will notice that it will come a threshold in which you're just going to see the image just lose a lot of quality, and you're going to start watching, you know, all the pixels, really big pixels and whatnot, right? And that is some sort of parallelism that you do with bit crushing, in a sense, with a sound, with any sort of sound. And as a consequence of that, it has that noisy distortion effect that you hear. right, so to finalize my commentary, I just would like to mention a couple of things. One of them is that, as you see, I was able to a certain degree, just translate that melody that you hear, or even leitmotif, if you will, that you hear in the bass to the guitar, and that's why I said this sounds like a heavy metal riff, like a metal riff. And well, I was able to achieve that in the guitar, and it has that sort of metallic element built within the melody, because somehow I sort of imagine that very specific melody in other songs. Like, it sounds like I've heard it in other songs, like maybe something in or some sort of an industrial metal band or something like that, which would make sense because this is a synthetic heavy sort of song. All the weight, not pun intended, is on the bass. And another thing that I really liked about the song, and it's probably my favorite part of the song, is again, the bass arrangement, the layers. I'm not entirely sure if this is maybe this is like layered bass a song, or maybe it's just one layer which is a bit crushed. But to me, it sounds like multiple layers because it sounds so massive. You know what I mean? So maybe there's a couple of layers, or even a little bit more layers of just bass with a certain amount of sound design to make it sound like that, which I think it's pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna give this track, I'm gonna give it a very high C tier. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and share it with your friend. Also, please don't forget to visit my Patreon, my Ko-fi profile, and my Ko-fi store in case you want to support my work further, and my Teespring merch shop. And of course, ex nihilo nihil fit.